You said, what point is a man just wasting a woman's time? How long does it take for a man to realize this is the woman he wants to be with? Is that something you've encountered, and perhaps the other girls at the panel have encountered this? Do you feel like men are wasting your time, I guess?
No, I don't feel like that, but I have seen women in other situations, where they've been with these men for, 5-10 years and they're waiting. And I think, obviously I'm not a man, but I think a man knows pretty early on if this is the woman that he wants to be with. So I just wanted everyone else's opinion, and if they've had any experience in that. Waiting to get married.
Like legally, or?
Yeah. I think a lot of women, want marriage, and, they want kids, and they want that commitment from a man. And
what you were talking about is like men wasting women's time. Back in the good old days, women were waiting until marriage. So that really was what was making men want to commit. I mean, my husband, part of the reason why we got married so early was because he wanted to wait until marriage. So we dated for 3 months and couldn't hold out, but we still love each other. But that is a way you can get a man to commit to you.
So, what if you guys fucked and then it didn't even, you guys weren't even compatible? The sex wasn't even good.
That's what
you
I
don't,
worry about.
that doesn't make you think, we're just going to hurry up and get married. We're going to rush into
You wouldn't
this
know the difference.
3 months in.
If you're a chaste woman, you wouldn't know the difference. That's why it's
if you're
important.
What? I'm sorry?
If you're a chaste woman, you wouldn't know the difference. That's why it's so important to hold off on sex and have no sex or as little as possible. It's like, for example, the average guy is not a physical specimen. He's not an athlete. So say a woman lays down with an average guy, then she lays down with, say me, for example. I can run 13 miles. I can do blah, blah, blah. I can box. So the athletic performance is going to be radically different. And then this is never going to get out of her head an experience she had with this guy when at some point she has to marry an everyday person. So for example, with Adolf 22, right? His wife was dealing with
Adolf
Jason
22.
Love. Did you see Jason Love, the black dude who had showed up?
Oh, we saw him, all right, yeah.
And I know him too. He's 6'5", and completely built, right? So you got that guy versus...
And he said that he had to stretch Adam's wife out.
Right.
Basically saying, my penis is bigger than
yours,
her husband's, and just making fun of him. And thinking about that,
penis
don't you think
bigger
Adam
than a lot of
22 is
people's.
probably thinking, did she enjoy sex with him more?
For sure.
I'm sure that's something that probably crossed his mind.
For sure. So that's the whole point, is that now she has a frame of reference that's a negative thing for her. Now, granted, if you have experience, of course, you're going to want to make sure that you're getting what you want. But if you don't, you have peace of mind.
I think going back to the question that she had was about wasting time. It's okay, let's say you get into a relationship with somebody, right? Yeah. You're dating. And the end goal when you're dating is marriage, is it not? Essentially,
guys never waste a woman's time. Right? Women only waste their own time. The guy doesn't want you deal with it. It's just that simple. It's like when guys ask me, how do I get out of the friend zone? There is no friend zone. It means she doesn't want you. And when a woman's like, why is he wasting my time? He's not wasting my time. He doesn't want you. He's just sleeping with you until he finds a better replacement who won't tolerate you.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking. That's what we're saying. So how early does a man know? What do you...
I think it depends on the man. One, you know that this woman has the potential. She has the basic characteristics, and then you want to give it time to see how crazy she is. For example, we mentioned surgeries. Definitely surgeries are an indicator of something mental for sure, and we should take out some time to figure out what that could be. So you need time to piss her off sometimes. No, really, you do. You need some time to piss her off. And the reason I say that, especially, she says she only dates wealthy guys, right? Do you know how hard it is to get into an argument when I'm like, what are you up to this weekend? She's like, oh, nothing. I was like, all right, for sure. Let's go to Ibiza. Okay, cool. Fly to Ibiza, have a good time.
We can find something to argue about.
Really though? That's amazing though. I find that when you're traveling and enjoying the best things in life, there are very few things to argue about, and also the woman tends to want to be more cooperative and submissive. So you never get a sense of the true woman until you're experiencing true challenge, poverty, or you got to work long hours, or there's another woman. Otherwise, it's she never wants to complain because she's like, there's not a lot of guys who can provide me this lifestyle, especially if they're decent looking, young, tall. It's the fat old guys. Yeah, they got money, but it's not a lot of guys in this age range who also have capital and free time.
Yeah. So then I guess just advice to women:
stop being a whore.
No,
that's the advice.
No,
stop
that's
being
not
a
what
whore.
we're talking about.
What do you mean? She's if she has a boyfriend, if a girl is with a man for a period of time, at what point? Let's say she's devoted to this man and she loves this man. At what point would you tell her this man probably doesn't want to marry you? That is what I'm
That's what
asking.
that's like.
So if it's a
I
guy,
don't know where you got that
if
from.
it's a guy,
Never
He was doing,
Thinks we're all whores.
yeah, he was doing so good, right?
And then you say whore.
Never if she has OnlyFans.
Never. She has. Okay, we're not
Never.
talking about
Unless she has a
OnlyFans.
large labia, then maybe.
Maybe.
Then I'll give her a
this
pass.
is a discussion.
But it's
to
more
be
so,
had.
okay, time frame, right? You're dating somebody, let's say you start dating.
Okay.
Studies show, right, that a man knows within the first 6 months if that's the woman he's going to spend the rest of his life with and marry, right? No?
Are you saying the study shows that a man is willing to marry her or will have a successful marriage with her? Do you see
Marry
the
her,
difference?
successful marriage, either way. Women,
Okay.
when you get into a relationship, I feel like most women, they're looking to marry, right? That's like the
No,
ultimate goal.
no.
That's not the ultimate goal.
For two people
women.
who are saying their
They're in-
goal
yeah.
is to get married. Let's just
Okay.
say hypothetically this is the
Also,
situation.
the guy says that as well.
Yes,
Right,
the woman and
yes.
the man, they're getting into a
if he's not
relationship. They
pulling
want
the trigger,
yeah.
he doesn't. There's something
like
wrong
where,
about you.
So where is that point where like, okay, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years together, no ring, no commit, like what?
Yeah.
I
what
would say
brings it
6
on?
months. Like, don't even
Okay.
let it go on a year. Like, a man will know. And if you're doing
Right.
all the things like laundry and showing him that you can cook and like be that caretaker for him, and he won't propose to you, he's not willing to commit, and you should move on. And it might be tough, but you should move on to find your actual person.